It was 1884, and Africa had no seat at the table. In a grand hall in Berlin, chandeliers glittered above polished oak tables. Europe's most powerful men sat in suits, speaking calmly about civilization, trade, and progress. But their words hid the truth. They were planning how to claim Africa's land, its people, its wealth. On the table lay a map of Africa. Mountains became borders. Rivers became checkpoints. Tribes who had lived together for centuries were separated. Tribes who were rivals were forced together. A continent was being carved, and no one cared if it would bleed. They drank wine. They shook hands. They laughed. Outside, millions of people lived unaware that their lives had already been decided. They did not know who would rule them, who would exploit them, or who would die. No African king, queen, or village elder had a voice. No consent. No mercy. No choice. When ink dried on treaties, Africa was divided. Belgium claimed the Congo. France claimed West Africa. Britain claimed the Gold Coast, Nigeria, Egypt. Germany, Portugal, and Italy all drew territories as if the people there were pawns. The room smelled of ink, wine, and arrogance. Men toasted their order, celebrating borders that ignored rivers, mountains, and leaves. They did not see the faces that would never forgive. Across Africa, the consequences began immediately. Resistance was crushed. Communities burned. Kings dethroned. Tribes forced to fight each other under foreign law. Families torn apart. Children stolen. The cries of the people went unheard, and still, the conference continued. More agreements. More borders. More lives stolen. Maps were filled faster than the beating hearts of the people they were deciding over. Africa's forests whispered stories of loss. Rivers carried the tears of mothers. Mountains hid the screams of the oppressed, yet resistance grew in secret. Farmers preserved seeds. Elders told stories in hidden circles. Warriors and rebels prepared quietly, waiting for a future they could not guarantee. Every life taken, every border imposed, only fueled the fire of survival. Generations passed. Colonies became independent nations. The borders drawn in Berlin are still on maps today. Some make sense, most do not. Wars and conflicts still echo across lines that were never meant to exist. The Berlin Conference was supposed to control Africa, to erase its sovereignty, to bend its people to foreign will. But it failed. Africa endured, Africa remembered, Africa rose. They drew lines on a map. They thought they owned the land, the rivers, the people, but they could not touch the spirit of a continent. The ink